first technique we're going to look at in the Tracy system of yellow belt is Japanese sword A and B. A is for a left punch and B is for a right punch. So in the A version, as the left punch comes in, we're going to step in with our extended outward block into a fighting stance. Then we're going to follow through with the extended outward block into a soft bow to set up our circular pattern as we go back into a horse stance to chop the neck or collarbone of the opponent. Again, extended outward block, soft bow, hands cocked by the head, back to horse stance, and strike with a chop to the neck or collarbone. One more time. Extended outward block, follow through, and chop. From this angle, extended outward block, follow through with it, and chop. Okay, one more time. Make sure you're in a good fighting stance. Nice strong extended outward block, follow through with it, soft bow, hand cocked by the ear, set up your circular power pattern, and strike down onto the neck or collarbone. From a different angle, fighting stance, draw through into a soft bow, chop back into horse as you go to chop the neck. Again, 1, 2, 3. Now the B version of this is the same thing. We've stepped in, but they threw a right instead of a left, so our neck is no longer available. So we're going to throw a reverse punch into hard bow and come back to stance. Again, 1, reverse punch, and back to stance. Extended outward block because it's a left punch when neck's not available. Reverse punch into hard bow for our power pattern and back to our fighting stance. From this angle here, extended outward block, reverse punch, back to stance. Last time, extended outward block into a proper fighting stance, reverse punch into a hard bow, left hand goes into check, back to our fighting stance. From this angle, extended outward block, hands in chamber, setting up for that punch, reverse punch into hard bow, toes and everything should be pointing at your opponent. Your right hand should be in a check position or guard position, back to your fighting stance so that you can continue on the fight if need be. Go ahead. You're going to come in with an extended outward block to the radial nerve, striking that arm out of the way, and then striking the neck or the collarbone with the knife edge of your hand. Again, block, chop. Okay, from a different angle. Okay, again, left, boom. So he goes to throw his punch. It's a straight punch. Block, right to the rib cage. Keeping the hand up in check. One more time. Block, punch to the rib cage, keeping his hand up so in case he tries to throw back at you. From a different angle. Okay. Block, punch right to the ribs. Okay, one more time. Block, punch. Keeping that hand up. The next technique we're going to look at is Chinese sword. Now, Chinese sword is your first figure 8 motion. Now, you've got a right punch coming. There's an A and a B. A is for a right punch. B is for a left punch. So, as we come in, we're going to step in with our inward block to the inside of our arm. Now, this could also be a cross-body parry, whichever way you prefer. But what you want to make sure you're doing is the hand doesn't stop and then continue. It should be one continuous fluid motion. So, 1, 2, chop into soft bow. Now you're chopping right at the line of your gi and back into chamber to set you up for other strikes and other techniques later on in the system. Again, left hand in check, inward block or cross body parry, chop as you do a figure 8 motion into a soft bow power pattern. Again, inward or cross body parry, continue the motion and back into your soft bow. Hand goes back into chamber. Your left hand is in check. One last time. Okay, from this angle, same thing, inward block or crossbody parry, continue that motion, and go to a soft bow as you chop, right hand goes into chamber. Should be one fluid motion. Just like that. Now make sure as you're chopping and you're driving downwards, that's when you want to go to your soft bow. Make sure the power pattern matches the arm. Again, and back to soft bow. From this angle, inward block into a fighting stance, continue the motion, and go to a soft bow. Again, crossbody parry or inward block, back to soft bow. Now the B version, like most variations, are what if. What if you threw your inward block, but it's a left punch instead of a right? So you come in and you throw in your block, but it's a left punch. The neck is no longer available. So in this case, we throw a back fist. So we start off with the same exact motion, except we're going to end up with a back fist instead of the chop. You want to lean into it just a little bit to get the body weight behind it. 1, 2. And again, making sure your left hand is in check. From this angle, just like that. Step in, block, lean into it just a bit, and get your body weight behind it. From here, step in, get your body weight behind it, and a back fist should just be a flip. Just like that, what you're doing is hitting the side of the temple. We're not coming down on it, we're coming from the side. So 1, hand gets popped here or by your head, and then back fist. Last time. Okay, Lee's going to throw a right punch for the A variation. So as he throws the punch, we're going to come in with an inward block right to that radius nerve, striking as hard as we can, raking the arm, chopping down on the collarbone, following through into soft bow, so we're set up for future strikes. Again, 1, 2, and set. Okay, different angle. 1, 2, follow through. And again, 1, 2, and follow through. Okay, the B version is for a left punch. So he's throwing a left punch, but you've already started your motion, so you can't change it, and our neck is no longer there. So we're just going to come in and back fist the face or the temple. Again, 1, 2, hitting anywhere on the face. Different angle. Okay. 1, back fist. And again, inward block, raking through, and back fisting right into that orbital eye socket or the temple. Okay, our next technique is called delayed sword. This is for a right punch. This could be used for a couple of situations. One, the guy just came on you too fast and you didn't really have a chance to step back to fighting stance. Or 2, which is more likely the situation, you don't have the room to step back into a proper fighting stance. So on delayed sword, what we're going to do is we're going to step back slightly with our left foot at the exact same time. Our left hand's going to go in check, and our right hand's going to do an inward block as we draw to a right cap. So that first motion is just step back, block, draw to cap. Let's just do that part again. Step back, block, draw to cap. Then from here, we're going to front snap kick the groin. That'll double your opponent over. As we drop our body weight, we're going to do a chop to the side of the neck. So again, step back, left hand in check, inward block, front snap kick to the groin, chop to the neck. Okay, from a different angle. Step back, draw a cat. Now the cat stance, there again, 90% of the weight's on your back leg, 10% on your front leg. Front snap kick to the groin, rechamber, set down, don't drop down, and chop to the neck using the drop of body weight as your power pattern. Again, cat stance with your block at the exact same time. Front snap kick the groin, rechamber it, set it down, and chop the neck. From this angle, kick, rechamber, set down, chop the neck. Kick, rechamber, set down, and chop the neck. The third technique for yellow boat is delayed sword. Delayed sword is for a right punch. As someone steps in with the right punch, you don't have a lot of room to step back like you would with the traditional fighting stance. So we're going to step slightly back with our left leg as we draw to a right cat. That means the foot's just going to come up onto the ball. You should have probably about 90% of your weight on the back with 10 on the front. At the same time, we're going to do an inward block with a left hand in check. So this is your first move. Step, cat, block. From here, front snap, kick the groin. Your opponent doubles over. As you land, chop the neck. Again, back, kick, chop. From a different angle, block, kick, chop. Again. From over here, block, kick, chop. Again, inward block, cat stance, kick, and chop. And when you do these step backs, don't take a huge step back. These are just small walking steps. Kick, boom, and chop. Okay, with an opponent. Okay, as Lee throws his right punch, we're going to step back with our inward block. We kick the groin, the opponent doubles over, and we chop the neck. Again, one, kick, and chop. Okay. One, kick the groin, chop the neck. Last one. Block, kick, and chop. That's delayed sword. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is knee of vengeance. Knee of vengeance is someone that reaches up and grabs or comes in and pushes. So as they come in, we're going to counter grab the arms or the shoulders, depending on what you can reach. You're going to drive your knee straight up into the groin or the body, stomp down. Now make sure when you stomp down, your left foot is in a soft bow and your right foot's pointed to somewhere between 9 and 10-30 position. From here, your left hand grabs the head as we do what we call a cradle and crush, which is an elbow to the temple as we go to a side horse stance or a fighting stance. Again, counter grab, knee, stomp, grab their head and cradle it as we crush, cradle and crush. Again, grab, knee, stomp, hand comes out and grabs their hair. That's also going to give you the target practice and practice hitting that hand so that when the head's in between, your arm's going to go until it hits something solid. Again, knee, stomp, cradle and crush. Okay, from this angle, counter grab. Drive the knee up as far as it'll go. Stomp the foot. Back into our soft bow. Left hand comes out and counter grabs the hair, ear, whatever you need to grab. Right arm is cocked as we pivot to fighting stance or side horse. Again, grab, knee, stomp, grab their head, cradle and crush. Counter grab, knee straight up, get what you can get. Stomp the foot, grab the hair or ears, cradle and crush. One, straight up into the groin or the solar plexus, whatever you can get hold of. Stomp the foot, grab the hair or the ear, cradle and crush into the orbital eye socket. Our next technique we're going to look at is Fang of the cobra. This is for a two-hand choke, or even could be for a reach, but the main concept is a choke. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your left hand and you're going to pin down on the wrist to bend the wrist slightly to relieve the pressure, also so that you know where the hands are. It's more of a check, not trying to bend the arm or head forward. From here, because we don't want the arms to come together, we want to leave them open. So we check the hand, step forward with a spear hand to the throat, right into the windpipe area, claw the eyes, grab the shoulders, knee the groin, stomp the foot, and throw them away. Again, we pin, step in and strike the throat. Now the first claw, if they've got glasses or anything on that's obstructing the face, you can use this as a clearing action, then strike the eyes, then grab, knee, stomp the foot, keep your foot on their foot, and throw away so that as you push them back, they'll try to break the ankle. Again, pin, strike the throat, claw or clear the eyes, claw the eyes, grab, knee, stomp, and throw away. From this angle here, pin, strike the throat, claw or clear, strike the eyes, grab, knee, stomp, and throw away. One last time from this angle, pin, step straight into 12 o'clock, spear hand the throat, claw the eyes, grab the throat, shoulders, knee the groin, stomp, and throw away. One more last angle. Pin, strike, claw, grab, knee, stomp, and throw away. And that's how you do Fang of the Cobra. So Lee's going to come up and do a two-hand choke. Pin the hands, step in, claw, grab, knee, stomp, and throw away. Pin, strike, claw, grab, knee, stomp, and throw away. The next technique we're going to look at is twisting talon A and B. This is for a straight arm and cross arm grab. Now for the A version, it's a straight arm grab, so they've come up and they've got one hand on you, which means they're probably going to throw a punch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to step back out of the way, which should get out of the range of the punch. We're going to counter grab, draw a cat, and throw a back kick and set back down. Again, from here, it's a straight on wrist grab, so which means there's probably a punch coming. So we're going to counter grab as we step back to get out of the range of the punch. Left hand is in check, draw a cat, pull them in to a back kick of the body. Okay, one last time. Grab, cat, pull and kick, and set down. Okay, again, from this angle. Okay, so the hand's out. We just counter grab it as we step back. Left hand goes into check, draw a cat, and back kick, most likely to the rib cage or the body of your opponent. From this angle, there again, straight on wrist grab. Left hand in check as we step back, draw a cat, pull them into a back kick, and set down. Okay, again, counter grab, pull, and set down. Now the B variation is the identical as far as the motion goes to the A. The only difference is it's for a cross arm wrist grab. So as a counter grab, we're going to step back and back kick, which means your targeting is going to be slightly different. But the motion will be the same. The only real difference you're going to see is in the air or obviously on a person, is the hand will be more pointed to the 10-30 position compared to straight ahead at the 12 o'clock position. Because it's a cross arm grab, step back, and kick. Okay, from here, there again, the only real difference is the hands pointed to 10-30, step back, and kick. Okay, last time from this angle, cross arm grab, hand in check, pull the cat, and kick. That's twisting talon A and B. Check, grab, pull, and kick. Now the kick's going to be anywhere between the solar plexus and the rib cage, just depending on how you pull. One more time. Here, boom, boom. Hand in check, counter grab, draw the cat, and pull them straight into the kick. Again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the B version is a cross arm grab. Same thing we're going to do. Not much change other than where we step. Pull and kick. Okay, again. 1 here and kick. 1 here and kick. Last time, cross arm grab. Counter grab just by rolling the hand over and grabbing, turning, draw the cat, and kick. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is returning dragon. This is a right grab to your right shoulder, so the right here on the side. So on this version of returning dragon, what you want to do is you're just going to counter grab the shoulder or even clear the arm and counter grab. Then we're going to draw the cat, pull them in, back kick the ribs, set down, back kick the knee and set down. Again, they come up and grab. The way we do it is we clear the arm into soft bow, grab the shoulder, pull them in, back kick, set, back kick, set. So you're striking the ribs and then breaking out the knee. Again, clear, grab, back kick, set, back kick, set. Last time. So they grab. You can clear the arm or you can just counter grab. If you can't grab the shoulder, just grab whatever you can get a hold of. Clear, grab, draw the cat straight into the rib cage, plant back down, back kick to the knee. That's returning dragon. Okay, he comes in and he grabs you. So we're going to clear the arm because chances are he's going to throw a punch with this. So we want to make sure there's nothing there as we grab. Then we're going to turn into our cant, back kick to the ribs or solar plexus, and then back kick to his knee to break that. Last time. Clear, chop, or grab, draw, kick, plant, kick. That's called returning dragon. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is called breaking the sword. This is for a handshake. Now, you're not going to break his arm because you're shaking their hand. It's just this is the easiest way to start teaching you some basic jiu-jitsu moves. Almost all jiu-jitsu styles start off with a wrist grab or a handshake. They move up to wrist grabs, then punches, so that you can build up the motion. Main thing is we're trying to teach you is the footwork more than anything else. But for a punch, there's nothing wrong with being prepared for a sucker punch. Someone comes up to shake your hand to throw the sucker punch. So think of it in that way. So as they go to shake your hand, you know there's going to be a punch coming. So as you do so, you're going to swing the hand using the web of your hand into the wrist as you step forward to neutralize that punch. The foot should be stepping to about 12 o'clock. Then your right foot's going to swing clockwise to the 9 or 10:30 position as you bring the arm up above your left shoulder, break it, left reverse elbow into the rib cage. Again, from here. We're going to web hand the wrist, and as we do so, we're going to bend those fingers back and straighten that arm out and neutralize that punch if it's coming. Then we're going to take our right foot, swing clockwise to about the 10:30 position, bring the arm up over the left shoulder, reverse elbow. Now the reason we're going to the 10:30 position is we want to get what they call the dark side of the body. This way, if I just stand here like this to the 9, I'm still in range of a strike. I want to make sure I get out of the range of any possible strikes that they could throw at me. So the handshake. We step in, we bend the fingers as we neutralize that punch and straighten the arm out. Swing our right foot clockwise to 10:30, and up and over. Break over the left shoulder, making sure the elbow is past the shoulder, not on it or before it. Hand comes out just like a reverse punch. Drive that elbow straight back into the rib cage. From this angle, hand comes up. Swing around, break, reverse strike. Again, block that punch, swing around to 10-30, break over the left shoulder, elbow strike to the rib cage. Last time from this angle, up, swing around, break, elbow strike. Okay, from a different perspective, we're here, swing around, elbow, almost like a punch being thrown back into chamber really hard. We're just going to do a horizontal elbow to the rib cage. Again, up, and elbow. Okay. Last time, from here, swing up, all the way around, break over the left shoulder, left elbow to rib cage. So he's going to come up and shake your hand and pretend he's going to sucker punch you. What we're going to do is we're going to swing the hand out like this so that we block that punch. And as we do so, we're going to step in just slightly with our left foot. And we're going to take our right foot and swing all the way around to his blind side. We're going to break the arm over the shoulder, making sure you place the elbow slightly past the shoulder so that you can break it. Then we're going to reverse punch into the rib cage. Again, shake the hand, step in, swing wide to block that, punch, swing around, drive that arm over your shoulder to break it, big reverse punch to drive the elbow. Okay, it's a handshake. We're going to try to throw a punch with this, so we're going to swing the hand out, neutralize that side, step in slightly, swing the foot around to their backside, break the arm over the shoulder, making sure the elbow is past your shoulder, and then reverse punch to break the rib cage. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is Campo Shield A and B. Campo Shield is for right or left punch. It doesn't matter which one they throw. The only difference it's going to make is your targeting, whether you punch down the center line or whether you punch the rib cage. Now also there's another difference, whether you step forward or back. A lot of students ask which one is right. Neither one is right and neither one is wrong. That's going to depend between you and your opponent. What's your range versus theirs? A smaller person steps forward, a bigger person may need to step back. It doesn't make any difference. The technique will work the same. We're going to do all of these stepping forward, but if you find that you're jammed up doing this, feel free to step back into the fighting stance to do the exact same motion. Now, for the A version, we're going to assume they're throwing right punches, but there again, it doesn't matter. It could have easily have been a left. We're going to step forward with our upwards block into our fighting stance. Right hand is in chamber. From here, we throw a reverse punch into hard bow as our left hand comes to check and back to fighting stance. Again, upwards block, reverse punch to hard bow, back to fighting stance. Okay, one last time. Upwards block, reverse to hard bow, punching somewhere down the center line. It doesn't matter, solar plexus, groin, the face, and then back to your fighting stance. Now the B version is the what if. What if you step in and you don't have the room to throw a punch? Well, in this case, we're going to throw an inverted punch. Now, an inverted punch is just like a regular punch, except it doesn't roll over. The elbow never leaves the rib cage. And we're going to use our soft bow power pattern to develop the power versus a hard bow. So as we step in with our upwards block, we drive our hips up into a soft bow as we throw the inverted punch into the rib cage or solar plexus and back to fighting stance. Again, upwards block, hand goes to check, inverted punch. There again, just like a regular punch, except it doesn't leave the rib cage, and we're going to use our hips to drive up and into a soft bow and back. And again, upwards, inverted, and back to fighting stance. Okay, from this angle, Campo shield A, upwards block, hard bow, reverse punch, back to our fighting stance. Again, upwards, reverse punch, left hand in check, hard bow, and back to fighting stance. The B version, same setup, but remember we're too close to throw a reverse punch, so we're going to drive up with our hips and into a soft bow for an inverted punch with our right hand. Again, upwards, inverted, and back. And from this angle, left upwards into fighting stance, right reverse punch into hard bow, and back to stance. Again, upwards, reverse punch, back to fighting stance. Okay, the B variation, upwards, inverted into a soft bow, which stays pretty close to the body, and back to fighting stance. One last time, upwards, inverted, and back to fighting stance. And that's how you do Campo shield A and B. Up, reverse punch into the body and rib cage, and keep the hand in check. Okay, the B version, this time we're in too close. I don't have the room to roll out, so I'm just going to drive. Drive these straight up. Okay, Campo shield A for right punch. Upwards, reverse punch. Okay, again, upwards, reverse punch. The B version, upwards, driving those hips. Make sure you drive those hips up and into his body. Again, one, remember we're using B because we don't have the room for a full reverse punch. So we're just going to drive straight up into those rib cages. Okay, our next technique is called evasion. This is for an overhead club attack. It's a right overhead club attack. So as the club comes at us, the first thing we want to do is get out of the point of contact, so we're not dealing directly with the club. As we do so, we're going to do a cross-body parry or an inward block. I prefer the cross-body parry. It's a lot quicker, and you can get out of the way a lot faster. Right hand is in chamber. From here, your right leg comes up, side thrust kick, re-chamber, and set down. Again, cross-body parry. The club comes this way. Line your knee up straight ahead, side thrust kick, and break the knee out and set back down. One more time. Cross-body parry. Come up, break, re-chamber, and set down. Okay, from this angle here, cross-body parry. Come up, break out, and set down. Again, step in here to 1030, cross-body parry, right hand's in chamber, bring the knee straight ahead, in level with your hip, side thrust kick, re-chamber, and set down. Okay, from a different angle, cross-body, up, break the knee, re-chamber, and set down. Okay, last time, cross-body parry, break, re-chamber, and set down. And that's evasion. First thing we want to do is get out of the point of contact. We don't want to defend the club itself in case we miss. So as they come out, we're going to do a cross-body parry, push the arm out of the way, neutralize the other hand, bring the knee up, and break the knee out. Overhead club, one, up, break, and down.